It's alright though.
Anyway,
Making it work. Hey, Ryan, man.
welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. It's
Second
great.
guest on the Easy Spotlight podcast
Here we
series. So this series is focused all about people who are doing things in their 9 to 5, but also doing things on the side, after work, around on the weekends,
Trying.
in order to make the life they want to live. And today, I've got a special guest. Excited. Let me give you a little intro. Let me give you a little intro.
Do it, man. I love it.
I'd say BBC radio contributor,
Yeah,
architectural student,
Man. Yeah, man.
Tate modern feature,
Yeah.
among other features. I've been doing my research this week.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I'm not going to remember all of them, but you're active.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I really am.
And
thank you for
we're here
having
in
me.
Shoreditch, the world famous Shoreditch, in a little amazing vibey setting. I'm excited to talk to you today, Kuda. But anyway,
I'm excited for this.
I want to start just going back. Firstly, focusing on your architecture and what's going on. But how are you today anyway? How you've been in London?
Yeah, man.
6 months. How's life? How's things going?
London's alright, man. I'm good. Thank you for having me. First of all, man, this is great. It's a great opportunity. Like, I can see doing bits with this, and I love it. But no, it's good, man. I'm really enjoying London. Obviously, I'm from Nottingham as well.
Yeah.
Completely different city, completely in so many different aspects, and it's amazing. And this is like the hub of creativity, in the UK. So I'm feeling that straight away.
Absolutely. And you've been to, you've been up north first, going to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Now down south in London. We're gonna get there in a bit. We've had a few Guinnesses. It's the Euros.
We've had a few Guinnesses, but it's all making the vibe, man. This is what we wanted.
We're feeling relaxed. So let's take it back. And I first want to focus on your architectural journey.
Yeah.
And how that came about. So,
Sure.
in terms of, was that always the goal for you to get into architecture, or was that something going through school? You're like, let me pick a career. How did that start? And in terms of ending up in London now, how have you got here? I just want to hear a bit of the background story behind that.
Cool. Well, I've always been to into art, really. So from a very young age, I've always been painting and drawing, and then it got to the stage where I was like, I need to kind of focus in and kind of create a career out of it in some way. And then I've always been interested in communities, building cities, creating cities, and how life can be injected into areas that aren't working, and how that connects to the wider idea of how a city is built, and how I could contribute to that through my interest in art and my interest in that side of things. So I combined the two, and then architecture was the right career path, and then here I am, really.
That's interesting. So would you say the architecture part, in terms of knowing that as a career path, came early in your school career, or maybe later, GCSE, end of GCSE A level year, or would you say you've always known that architecture is your kind of path? And would you call it a passion? Because I'm always interested into how people define their passions.
That's very interesting, actually. I think it came pretty late, actually. Architecture definitely came late, because I just thought I can't really rely just on art, because it can go either way, man. It's either you're selling a lot of paintings, you're doing great, or you're not.
Absolutely.
But then I felt like going into something which is a bit more stable, like architecture, would help me both kind of balance the two, in terms of what I wanted to do outside of a 9 to 5, and also having an income coming in. So kind of the best of both, really. I tried to find a balance, but it definitely came late, architecture anyway, because we went to the same college, right, at Bilborough, and I think that was the moment where I was like, because I was actually going to do, I think it was like business.
Is that when you first came into it?
So at Bilborough, I picked maths, physics, all of these subjects, and I was like, why the hell am I doing this? I really don't want to do this. There's nothing I can do with this like that I'd enjoy. So that's when I went back to sixth form, and then chose art, and then I did philosophy, business, and I can't remember what the other one was, but then IT, and then that's when I was like, I just need to focus in and just create a creative path for me as a career. And then architecture, that's when I just fully focused on architecture and found an interest in a niche part of architecture, which is the community side of things and cities, the urban side. So
that's so interesting. So to give people background, how me and Kuda came to meet was in our A levels. So for my American friends working, that's the years after your high school. We finished high school at 16. And you pretty much introduced me to all the people I know from in that space, because I came to school, I came to Bilborough as the only one.
Yeah.
So that was a new space. But
you
were that bridge for me.
Yeah, I just realised actually.
But that's so interesting that you came to do business. So what was the forcing thing that made you choose business?
Oh, it's because my parents are into that's their field, and my sister, she's a consultant. My brother is into finance and accounting, so I just thought, I may as well just go down this path as well. And then I just thought, there's no way I can do this as a career.
Was there a pressure to do to do business? Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. There was definitely disagreements with me, kind of, especially going back to sixth form. Yeah, that my parents weren't really happy about that, and me taking, there's this idea that if you're taking maths, physics, and so on, that's more of a, I don't know, the more impressive to an extent compared to taking art and more the creative subjects. But I just thought, I just need to look past that and just focus in on what I want to do, what I want to do long term, and take my skill set and actually find a career using those, rather than trying to compare myself to my sister, my brother, and my parents.
What do you think gave you the confidence to do that? Because a lot of people, especially from different backgrounds to the English norm, have that. I myself, when I was in America, was thinking about, I got a business degree. I honestly think it was a bit waste of time.
Oh really?
Business degree. If I had went back, I have no regrets, people.
Just put it out there.
But if I had went back, I think, why wouldn't I have done communications or media? It's something I'm more interested in. What gave you that push at, after that first year doing business? Was it just completely understanding the work and you're like, you know what, it just doesn't make sense? Or was there any other factors that kind of said, let me go into this creative field and follow that path?
Firstly, it's that I didn't do very well at Bilborough.
Let's
just get that out of the way. Right? So I didn't do well
blessing
in A-levels.
In disguise.
Yeah, definitely a blessing in disguise. Yeah. So didn't do very well in my A-levels the first year, and I was like, I'm clearly not naturally talented at these subjects, so let me just work with what I'm good at, which is being creative and that side of things. So that's when I said to my parents, I'm clearly not good at this finance side of things and business and physics and all of that, so just take me as I am. This is what I'm good at. I can't do anything else. So I guess it's just kind of focusing in on what you're good at and just going with that, and just not caring about anyone else and what anyone else thinks. That's
having that, I wouldn't say selfishness, but that self-awareness to understand that even though now it may seem, I don't know, scary to other people's and different to others, in the long term it's going to pay, and especially where you are now in
100%
building into your career. And what's good people? If you enjoyed that, then listen to the full episode over in your favourite podcast streaming service. Or for more clips, just continue to explore the channel. Keep it easy.